Hey guys, what's going on? It's Sam with MobileTechVideos.com. Today back again with another application review. This time we're going to take a look at an amazing application, in my opinion, a game changer you could say. So hang out, we'll be right back. So this application I'm talking about is called ZOOPER Widget, and it's brought to us by the guys that created Themer over at My Color Screen, and it's an extremely robust widget creator. All these widgets on this screen here were created using ZOOPER Widget. A different gentleman created the clock here, but I created the little buttons down at the bottom. And they do work. If you click on it, it takes you to the dialer. Texts will take you to the text. I won't show you that because then you'll see all my friends and stuff. But application takes you to there. So it really works great. So first we'll go ahead and jump right into the application. If you've ever used UCCW, which is another widget creating app, it's very, very similar to that. Now you have lots of things to look at, and there's no way that I can go over every single one of these different options you have. Basically, the best advice I give you is just get in here, start clicking on stuff, see what it does. I'm going to link to a very informative how-to video that the developers put out, so look for that down in the description. Probably the best thing to do is to go ahead and we'll add a widget. I'm using Nova Launcher. This integrates very, very well with Nova Launcher. So I recommend grabbing that. You have tons of different sizes to choose from. The great thing about Nova Launcher is it doesn't matter what size we start out with because we can resize it. So let's start with that. Now we just click on it to launch into the ZOOPER application. Now we can start out with an empty, like a blank template. We can go into the built-in, and they have a ton of built-in things that are already ready to go. You can just use it as it is, or you can customize it. You can go to your SD card, and this is where if you have things saved on your SD card, widgets you've already created, you can use those again. I've created that one. I did this little simple clock with a shadow. These are ones that I imported from other developers and creators. In fact, I'll put a link down below to the XDA forum where you can find all these. But I think we're going to start out with a blank one. So you start out with a preview screen of what your widget's going to look like. So you can keep track of everything as you're editing. Then you have some options down here. And as I said before, we won't go through all these things, but I'll hit some of the highlights. Layout is going to be all the different elements of your widget. If you want to add clocks or buttons, shadows, that kind of stuff. We'll get in that in a second. Widget background is going to be the actual full widget's background color transparency. You can also change the individual layouts, background and transparencies as well. Widget on tap action is when you tap on this widget, what it does. Now this is still the widget as a whole. We can go in and customize the on tap actions for the different elements inside the widget as well. So for the tap action for the widget itself, I like to go in and disable. That way if I have buttons on the widget that I want to trigger something, if I hit that button it will trigger the action, but maybe if I miss the button just a little bit and hit like the background of the widget, it's not going to trigger anything. Okay, let's go ahead and add something to this widget. We hit the layout, we're going to hit that plus button up there, and now it gives you a list of things you can add, elements you can add to your widget. There's text, rich text, which is just text with a little bit more options. You can add rectangles, and those are boxes. You can also use the rectangles to add circles and different elements, button layouts, things like that. And it's a very cloudy day, so the light in this room is changing rapidly. So then we have series, and you'll see these in different widget examples, where one example would be it'll say Monday through Sunday, and I'll have all the days listed, and then the day of the week, the current day of the week, is in bold, and that will change. So that's what a series would be. You can add scalable icons, bitmap icons, where there's progress bars, so like a battery bar that changes, and then just regular bitmaps. Those are just icons representing things, like a phone icon for the dialer, that sort of thing. We're just going to go ahead and add a text. We'll do something simple. Now you see it added a text there, which is just the time is the default. You can rename this particular element. So if I wanted to name this clock, would be a great idea, because if you go back after you're done editing, you have a list of all your elements that you've added, and if you get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 elements in this list, it can get kind of confusing. So I would recommend naming each element as you go along.